shop, tools in hand, balsa wood, we make a stand, carving dreams from days gone by, stunt hanger planes that touch the sky, control lines tight, the engine hums, crafting art where passion drums, stunt hanger, flying high, old world craft beneath the sky, balsa wings we build with care, stunt hanger, join us there.
I forgot to add it to the stage. Um, Welcome. We're going to talk about these boards that I've made up here. Now, these particular boards were made for normal hinges. And I've been looking for a way to modify these to use on my hinges for the longest. And these dowels with these sticks go into the hinge slots. Well, I can't do that with what I got here, so I'm going to use 3 of the dowels and we're going to modify them. What I figured I would do is I would drill a hole in a stick like so. Now I'm asked all the time, what do I do for tools? I just make them up as I go. Maybe this would be better over here. Now, if the camera comes unplugged, don't worry, I'll be back in a second. I'm having problems with this camera setup. So, there we go. So what I thought I would do is to embed an 1/8" piece of wire, aluminum tube, or whatever to hold the flap straight. I really only need to do 2 of these. Yeah, I really only need to do 2. And one of the smaller, well, I guess we can do 3. This is just some scrap wood that I had laying around. Completely useless because it's warped to beat all hell. Okay. And now I'll explain the dimensions on these boards here. Yep, make them up as I go. That may work. I didn't realize these Bauer drill bits are 3 flat. That's good. You know what? Now that I look at that, I better take that out of there so I don't drill into the flap. That would not be good. Okay. I don't have a hole in that one. Why? I thought I marked it. Yeah. Oh, here it is right here. Where's the third one? Now, there it is. All right, we now have a holder. Put it down a little farther. Got to go over one. Hmm. All right. That's one. Do the other one. We got to clean the gun out yet. I've got some new ones, but I'm not going to crap up a new one for this. I need to make some new ones of these. These are pretty well used up, but I don't do those type of flaps anymore. Use those hinges anymore. So I need something more permanent for this type of setup, except that it changes each time due to the wingspan of the wing and the position of the hinges. So I need a piece of aluminum here. Or a piece of 8. There we go. Notice that the table, the workbench is nice and clean. I got the new blanket up there so I don't make any mess. So we need to drill first a hole for the aluminum tube. Now, for most of you guys watching this, you'll be using standard blade hinges. So you won't have to go through this. However, for the guys that don't use the blade hinges, let me see if I can get I need just about gave out there. You take a piece of 1 inch thick by, I think it's 3.5 wide, or 4 wide, or whatever. And I believe this is 30 inches long. And you drill a hole every inch, 3/8 hole. Then you cut these 3/8 dowels and slot them on the end, and use those little clips in your hinge. And then that basically covers most every dimension. This here, I mean, and it would probably, it does work for this, except for I'm using, instead of an insert, instead of a female, I'm using a male. So I got to do this modification to make it work, which is not a big deal. And you could be more precise than I'm doing here, but whatever trips your trigger, but it's not that critical. Come on now. That should hold it good enough to paint it. Should be good enough. Okay, Andy. Okay, thanks, Andy. Yeah, not a big deal. Got to have a way to hold them. I'm not sure whether we're going to get to painting tonight because I got to clean the paint gun, but at least I showed that. So let's get the paint gun and get it clean. Huh. Yeah, there's no paint left in it. It'll probably shoot paint as is. Let's see. But I got to mix some paint. Let's give it a whirl. See if it'll shoot paint as is. Nope. Nope, she's pretty clogged. No big deal. We'll get her. Now Harbor Freight had a sale on these guns here. They were $16. I bought 2 of them. I got 4 or 5 of them, just like this, and they're not a pro, but they're not bad, you know. They don't have a wrench in it yet. They don't send it with a wrench no more. Well, I got the brush. Let's see if the other one has it. I gotta have a wrench. Used to hang right there. What the hell happened to it? Here's another one. Let's check this one out and see if it's got a wrench in it. Probably not. They do not send it with wrenches anymore. These are the ones that are $16, and they're a copy of a Iwata. Oh, they're not bad. And I have a whole lot of small ones too. Yep, there's no wrench. Hanging here maybe? Well, Here again, I'm unprepared. It's always nice to have extra in case something happens, disaster happens, and you can't stop. Let's see, wrench should be hanging on this pegboard, and it's not. What the hell did I do with it? Cleaning brush. Can't get it apart without that wrench. Shit. It looks like we're dead in the water until I find that wrench. See, we got another one of these down here. Maybe there's one in this box. I got a third one of these. Maybe there's one in here. I didn't realize I had, so I got 3 new ones. No wrench. Well, hell. I guess we could just take one of the new ones here. I hate doing that though. That's 3 new ones. I wonder if there's any more shit in there. We got cups. Well, guys, I'm sorry for being so unprepared. But that's the way it goes. So we got quite a bit of thick paint coming out. I must have let that sit a long time. But I can't get this nozzle off unless I find that wrench. Yeah, we'll see if we can make it work. I get some acetone. I know that when I shut this video off, I'll find that wrench. Just the way that it works. You know what? I'm going to wipe that out of there. It's just thick stuff there. That way I don't have to deal with it. Pretty unprepared. Where's that wrench? I got like 6 of them around here. Maybe more. I'm just going to have to continue cleaning the shop until I find everything. Not hanging behind anything, is it? I don't want to put vice grips on it. I know they were hanging right here. Somewhere on this pegboard. Oh well, that bothers me. Getting senile. Getting senile. I sure like this disposable cup system. I don't have to clean nothing up, just throw it out. The only thing you got to clean up is the gun, which I didn't do. And that's why I'm in this mess. That wasn't bad. Got to do something about that tip, though. Maybe we can run some acetone through it. We'll give it a try. This looks clean enough. It may work. It may work. Now, I'm not sure this is going to work, but I'll try it. Shit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, by God, it did work. I got to do now is spray it. And I still need to find a wrench though. I still need to find the wrench because this thing is pretty dirty. This is a better gun than I thought it was. This one was $69 from Harbor Freight. And it does spray paint very nicely. Very nicely. Well, let's see what we got for dope in here. I'm gonna have to go get another gallon. Got to have another gallon. Okay, so we got 3 new paint guns. I don't see my key anywhere either. I don't know what I've been doing here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, there's probably a quart of white left in the bottom of this. I think I'm just going to mix it all up and pour that in instead of pouring it from one container to another. I'll just add a quart of thinner. Yeah, there's a little less than a quart. Let's see, that would be half, maybe a quart. Been sitting under there for a year, so pretty settled. Got lots of pigment in it, as Wendy would call decanted. Except for I didn't pour the binder off. Now, do I have any 9706? Oh. 9703. 06 is the clear. Okay, that's half a gallon. Now, unless you got lots of material, I don't suggest anybody does what I just did there. Don't mix. I'll end up using this year. This is enough. This is a half a gallon. This is enough to paint 3 airplanes. If you only use a pint, maybe 2.5 airplanes. Okay, I need to pour this into trash. And no, I don't pour it into the trash can. I pour it into another container and take it to the recycle place so that we have some place to catch this when I pour that in there, so I don't make a big mess. And I knew I had a wrench. I just happened to find it sitting on top of the can. Not where it's supposed to be. That's the special wrench to take that off. But it's spraying, so we don't need to do that. We'll see what kind of quality we get out of it. Now, another pro tip. When you're closing these cans, make sure that you put a towel over the top of the can. Because it will splatter. Ask me how I know. I got it all over an airplane. Not too good. Shit, I may not get to it. I smell my dinner. We get one coat on it anyway. Make sure that's tight. Because if you don't, when you turn it upside down, you'll get it everywhere. You spraying something up there? Yeah. Well, we ain't got enough air there. That's too splattery. Too spattery. Ain't too thin. Let's try that. Well, that's one coat, and that's going to probably do it for this video because my dinner's ready. Oh, shoot. I got overspray on my smoker. Damn. Now I got to try to get that. Crap. Let's see. 70. 91. Sometimes I just can't win. Of course, it's on the side that's got the dial on it too, not on the back side. Yeah, we got it. Don't use thinner on stuff. Use 91 proof alcohol, 91% alcohol, and that'll take it off as long as it's fresh. So if you get some overspray on your airplane and you got some old dope and some fresh dope, it'll take the fresh dope off, but it'll leave the old dope alone. Sort of. You got to be careful because it will, depending on how deep you saturate it and rub, it will take paint off. So be careful. But if I use lacquer thinner on that, it'd be in plastic. It'd melt it. Tricks of the trade. All right, so I'm going to let this first coat dry up. Probably lightly sand it because I got a little bit of fisheye right here. That kind of went away. I don't have any WD-40 in here, so must have come from work. But I'll sand them out and we'll get that squared away. Alrighty, I hope you learned something tonight. At least, well, you probably didn't learn anything, but I showed you the setup for making flap holders because you can't hold them. You have to have something to hold them. I think we can put this in acetone. Matter of fact, I know we can. We'll do that. So later on this after dinner, I'll come back and give those a sand and give them another coat, but I'll stand over there out of the way so it's not spraying on the workbench and on my smoker and things. And it won't be on camera. So I appreciate you watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.